The lies are open, the brainwashing source. He was respected by so many, not anymore. Who knew Joe Rogan could have ever been this dumb? Thanks to my sister for never letting me forget about that movie so I can make jokes about it and ruin it for her. Hello, dudes, dudettes, and everything in between. I'm Reyes, and welcome to another episode of Let's Talk, also known as Reyes Talks About Things That Were Once Trendy, but not anymore. That's the thing about me. I don't want to talk about trendy shit, but then once everyone moves on, I'm all over that. Misinformation. Stupidity. A pandemic which, like my depression, never seems to go away. 3 things that are disasters on their own, but when put together, it becomes a perfect shitstorm for both dumbassery and content for CNN to devour for about a month before they move on to politics, war, and whatever the fuck this is. Today, we are discussing a man that put all 3 of those together, and I am warning you, you will have to do one of those brain puzzles after this to restore your damaged brain cells. The man goes by the name Joe Rogan, which sounds like a type of Subway sandwich. Yeah, can I get the Joe Rogan, no tomatoes, and this bottled intelligence so I can replace my damaged brain cells after consuming the Joe Rogan? Man, I am on a roll today. It's gonna be a good video. So sit back, relax, and enjoy when misinformation spreads the Joe Rogan controversy. So before I get into what this guy exactly said, I should give you all a bit of background. He was born as a sandwich in a local Subway and began living his life one piece of lettuce at a time. I'm gonna keep making sandwich jokes because I think it's funny, but no. Joe Rogan was born on August 11th, 1967 in Newark, New Jersey. I think I pronounced that wrong, so I am sorry. You'll notice I'm not making any Jersey jokes because they're not as funny as the sandwich ones. He was born to a former police officer, Joseph Rogan. Rogan has revealed that he and his mom cut off contact with Joseph after they divorced when he was 5. After his mother got remarried, they settled in Upper Falls, Massachusetts, where Joe spent most of his childhood and started to attend Newton South High School and developed a passion for martial arts. Side note, but I also did martial arts for 7 or 8 years. That's the only thing I've got in common with this dude, though. Joe had wanted to become a professional martial artist, but he couldn't because of several injuries, which that does fucking suck. Because for those of you that haven't done martial arts or like a close contact sport, you do build up a tolerance for injuries like bruises and scrapes and pulled muscles and shit. So when you get injured severely, it's fucking bad. Like, side rant real quick. I remember this time, I think I was sparring someone and I backed up an inch and tripped, but my leg did like a 180 fucking twist and I could barely stand for like a week after that, and I'm pretty sure it was really swollen too, so that entire week my leg was dead. My mom was really worried because, I mean, even though she's a nurse, it's different when it's your own kid, and my dad was just, he couldn't give less of a fuck. He was like, here's an ice pack, walk it off, don't be dramatic. Dads are great. Anyway, later on in 2009, specifically December 24th, the first episode of his podcast, The Joe Rogan Experience, aired. Originally, it had no direction or true point. It was just him and another guy named Brian Redband smoking and talking about random-ass things. Don't smoke, kids, because you'll end up spreading false information and getting canceled. I'm just kidding, but seriously, don't smoke. It leads to an early grave. As time went on, this podcast grew from over 350 viewers to 11 million listeners each episode. Whoa, that's more people than there are in this world. Now, for the actually interesting part. His controversies in December of 2021. An episode aired where the popular Subway sandwich interviewed Dr. Robert Malone, another Subway sandwich, who worked on early research into the mRNA technology behind the best COVID-19 vaccines. During the interview, Malone made false claims, including saying that getting vaccinated puts people who already have had COVID-19 at a higher risk, which, guys, real talk with Reyes. Get vaccinated, especially if you've already had COVID-19, no matter if you're high risk, low risk, have been exposed, haven't been exposed, vaccinated, get vaccinated. Because while it doesn't get rid of the risk completely, it does significantly lower it. And if you do get sick, it lowers the risk of getting severely ill and being hospitalized on a ventilator. All vaccines were made to protect people and lower the chance of getting sick or severely sick. It's like the flu vaccine. The flu affects approximately 5 to 20% of the U.S. population, and about 200,000 people will be hospitalized every year because of complications. But while it doesn't eliminate the chance of getting sick, the flu vaccine makes it so that there's less of a chance and you're more protected. The COVID-19 vaccine is the same. COVID will never go away, but there are ways to make sure that you are protected. Real Talk with Reyes was formed in front of a very intelligent studio audience. That's you guys. According to Katrine Wallace, an epidemiologist at the University of Illinois Chicago School of Public Health, stated their friends and family were sending it to them as evidence that vaccines are dangerous and they shouldn't get it. And Rogan was doing nothing to debunk these claims because, after all, he is a mere sandwich. I am just kidding. That was as much sarcasm as you can get. He's an idiot and should have said that the claims were false. However, this was not the first time this has happened. At one point, he stated that young and healthy people don't need vaccines, and he promoted taking a drug known as ivermectin, a drug that is used to treat certain parasitic roundworm infections, and the FDA has warned against using this drug for COVID-19.
And they've early on in the pandemic, they found some good efficacy with ivermectin. Frontline 19 Critical Care Alliance.
Okay.
Yeah. So I had him on, and he had talked to me about it. He's not the only doctor.
And Spotify had to put out a formal apology because they had no idea this was fucking happening, and has since taken down 20,000 podcast episodes for breaking its rules against the spread of misinformation. Besides that, he was also in boiling hot spaghetti water for using the N-word on a few now deleted episodes of his podcast. So this guy just keeps getting dropped into water and getting third-degree burns. It's like someone's dangling him over a pot of magma and lava and waiting for him to fuck up so he can just be dropped in. Oh, and I also found out he's in a brand new controversy for making jokes about child abuse. I will not say exactly which type, but I feel like you guys can get a good idea. So, where is he now? Well, he lives in the great state of Tejas in a mansion that's worth $14.4 million. Funny because girl Reyes is also a Texan. I can prove it with one word, too. Whataburger, everybody. The best damn food. Even better than my Mima's. I'm sorry, Mima. Don't get the chancla. That's my Texas accent mixed with the fact that I'm also Hispanic. Also, what's funny is when I looked this up, one of the other things that people have searched is Joe Rogan a man baby, which made me kind of chuckle. But remember that little excerpt I did in the intro with my version of For the First Time in Forever? I decided to ruin that song for my sister because she loves Frozen. Sorry, Jennifer.
Lies are open, brainwashing sores. He was suspected by so many, not anymore. Knew Joe Rogan could have ever been this dumb. Didn't apologize, but so if I did. Cancelled episodes for misinformation. Finally, they're doing the fucking job. His podcast is so stupid. How do people like this? His podcast is so stupid. He's in the lava pit. It may be an exaggeration, but I don't think it is. 'Cause his podcast is so stupid. How's he getting out of this? Tonight, imagine two idiots discussing ivermectin benefits, how you should use it for COVID. Young people shouldn't get the vaccine, that statement is totally obscene. Does he listen to himself when he speaks? They'll laugh and talk all evening, not realizing what they say. Banned from every platform the next day. His podcast is so stupid. He's taking ivermectin, denying the FDA. Now that has to be a sin. I know it all ends tomorrow, but it has to be today. 'Cause my podcast is so stupid. What's wrong with my brain? Don't let them in, don't let them see. Be the menace you always have to be. Can't fuck up or I'm done, and everyone will know I'm dumb. It's only for tonight, released on Spotify. My fans will defend my lies. 'Cause my podcast is so stupid. They'll all see my wins. If I put a disclaimer, they can't say that I'm racist, right? I really shouldn't make false claims, but I'll get my views today. 'Cause my podcast is so stupid. My podcast is so stupid. Twitter won't stand in my way. Why the fuck do I do these things to myself?
Jennifer, I just made that song a million times better. So, you're welcome. Anyway, that's gonna be it for this video. If you want to see more of my knee slap content, consider subscribing if you want. I love you all. Stay safe. Get vaccinated, please. And never let anybody take your crown.
Tonight, imagine two idiots discussing ivermectin benefits, how you should use it for COVID. Young people shouldn't get the vaccine, that statement is totally obscene. Does he listen to himself when he speaks? They'll laugh and talk all evening, not realizing what they say. Banned from every platform the next day. His podcast is so stupid. He's taking ivermectin. ivermectin.